angry Aussie. 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 Angry Aussie. Aussie. Angry.
All right, it's a Thursday night, and it's all happening. Well, all happening? Some of it's happening. I'm doing a live stream, and I'm going to start while waiting for some folks to show up. I'm going to make a short cocktail video, which involves a little bit of setting up. In fact, I want to look something up here. What's the thing I'm going to do? Sherry Aviation. Cocktail. Hearing weird noises, wondering if it's a passing vehicle or possums in my roof. No, it's someone with a bin. Bins got picked up this morning. Garnish with a cherry. Okay. An excuse to have a cherry. I like that. Alrighty. I am going to get started. Make a Sherry Aviation. Let's get some stuff together. Okay. What do we want for this? Dry gin. We don't want dry vermouth for this one. We'll put that over there. Let's do that. Okay, sherry. Lemon juice. Crème de violette and maraschino. Use up this maraschino. Parfait amour. Get this out of the way. Dry. Do dry gin. So we got gin, sherry, maraschino, crème de violette. Okay, let's get this party started, right? Get this party started quickly. What do we want? Maraschino. Okay. Gin. It's a little bit much. Fuck it. Okay, I'm going to stop fucking around with the pouring. Okie dokie. Oh yeah, I probably want to make it first. Okay, let's get some shit together. Come on, let's get together. The Brian Ferry fans in the house. Well, you know, really old people like me remember that. The famous appearance of supermodel Jerry Hall. I think married Mick Jagger at one point. And God, late in life, she married Rupert Murdoch. Oh, how gross. I don't mean his appearance, although his appearance is aesthetically unappealing. I mean, him as a person is gross and disgusting. We're all happening. Quiet start to the evening, but that makes it a perfect time to do cocktail videos. Could have planned this a little better. Set all this up before the stream, but you know, c'est la vie. Okay, so we want this glass. Okay, let's turn this on. Oh yeah, we want a light. That's why that looks so dim in my viewfinder. And Candy Master. Okay, I think we're ready to go. We go. Gin. We go. Sherry. We go. Maraschino. We go. Crème de Violette. We go lemon juice. Okay. We pause in this. Didn't do the professional thing of chilling my glass, although I'll lie in the video and say I did. Nobody let on. Nothing is real. Art is a lie. Okay. Let's do this. Actually, it's supposed to have a cherry as a skewer. Cherry is a skewer? Cherry on a skewer. As. Oh man, such a rich smell from this syrup. Stab it through the middle, damn it. Damn it, Jimmy. Put this back over here. I think I'll brace this on here. Okay, we're ready to go and shake our booties right down to the ground. cocktail made. Now we do the talky bit. Okay. This on. And this on. Still no one in the chat. What's that all about? Just is what it is, I guess. Nudge. That'll do. That will do. Start. It's counting. Yes. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is a Sherry Aviation. Shrewd viewers might guess this is a riff on an aviation that has sherry in it. The base in this is split between gin and sherry, which is going to lighten the alcohol content a bit. You know what? It's also got the purple stuff in it, the creme de violette. If you're like me, at one point, you got convinced to try an aviation. Shit. It also has the purple stuff in it, creme de violette. If you're like me, at some point, you were convinced to try an aviation cocktail for which, to follow the recipe, you had to get some creme de violette. Yeah, okay, that's not bad. I see why people like this. It's like, wait, what else do I use this in? So, hey, why not in an aviation riff? So let's give it a taste. That is a nice drink. It's got a good mix of flavors in there. I'll show you how to make it. In a shaker, put 1 ounce or 30 mils of dry gin. Add to that 1 ounce or 30 mils of a dry sherry. Then a quarter of an ounce or around 7.5 mils of maraschino liqueur. Then around a bar spoon or 5 mils of creme de violette. And finally, half an ounce or 15 mils of lemon juice. Add ice to the shaker, shake that for 10 to 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink. I'm straining that into a chilled Nick and Nora glass and garnishing it with a maraschino cherry on a skewer. Besides lightening the drink a little, the sherry does give that wine-like flavor in there, which makes for an interesting variation on an aviation. Well worth trying a sherry aviation. Cheers. Okie dokie, artichoke. Oh, let's do that. And that. And switch this off. And switch this off. Hey Greg, how you doing? Switch that off. Mood lighting. Alrighty. Sitting down. Even an all, Greg. I don't know about all. I don't know if there's anyone's here apart from you. Anyway, pour that over the ice. Cherry baby. Actually, what? Hello, Celtic. How are you doing? Where'd I put my phone? I left it over here. Okay. doing a Sherry Clover Club next. You won't be along? Have a 4 a.m. start time. Well, see, oh, dude, you missed last night, Celtic. I got some new shirts. I showed them off, but I'm wearing one tonight. Look, it's a groovy sort of 50s, 60s cocktail guy. Cartoon guy shaking up some drinks. Sadly, it looks like he's shaking martinis, so he's clueless. But also, I think he's drunk, so I'll forgive him. So, oh man, Jesus Christ, this website started doing really fucking intrusive ads. Simple and elegant martini. What is a simple and elegant martini? Oh, Jesus Christ, with vodka? Get fucked. Oh, and Peychaud's bitters. Honestly, I'd like to try a proper martini with Peychaud. Oh, Celtics, there was a bunch of them, mate. I got like 8 new shirts. A couple in very similar cartoon styles, a couple more artsy, abstract. A couple of them are very bright. This is not such a bright one. That dude's pretty cool, though. I like him. This is the one that actually motivated me to buy some more shirts because they were offering me a discount on this one. And when all was said and done, I basically got 2 of the shirts for free, which brought the whole thing down to a reasonable price. But these are probably the last shirts I'll buy in a long time. I did actually show them all last night's stream. I had them all here because they arrived on Tuesday. Came home from work and they were waiting for me, which was a bit of a surprise. I didn't know they were coming. So I'll save them for live streams. Next few live streams, next 8 live streams, I'll be wearing new shirts. But yes, the shirts were all there. I showed them off on Tuesday night. And then I washed them on Wednesday. And so they were dry today, so I could start wearing them. Right, so I'm going to look. How are they recommending we serve God, I found this ice maker that supposedly makes clear spheres, and it's, over $300, but for that sort of thing, that's actually quite cheap. But I don't think I'll get it. I don't think I'll get it. Wait a second, I just closed the thing I didn't mean to close. What a clown. Need to look up the serving suggestion. Sherry. Clove. Why does it do that? If I can search on this website. Garnish. A raspberry. I'm going to do the cherry again. I don't have any raspberries. It's the thing, Greg, you've nailed it. It's like if you're talking iconography for cocktails, the 2 most immediately recognized icon, like clip art essentially, are a cocktail shaker and a martini glass. So I don't blame them for using them in almost all of the designs I have, even though I cocktail wanker who very much says shaking martinis is a no-go. Wait, where did I put my fucking peeler? Because it's here. I brought it back in. Had it in the kitchen. Yeah, so it's just graphic design. It makes perfect sense as a graphic design decision. Wow, what the fuck is happening with that fucking orange? Ah! And who is texting me? Bullshit, my U-Foods is arriving tomorrow. Get absolutely fucked. I cancelled it. Fuck you guys. In the morning. I swear to fuck. God damn it. When did I cancel them? Like 2 weeks ago. Oh, yeah, Dr. Oetker pizza. Dr. Oetker pizzas are pretty good, for Nazi pizzas. I don't know if Dr. Oetker was a Nazi. I just kind of suspected. Why the fuck is that being like that? Oh, man, I'm so pissed off at the moment. So very, very pissed off. Get rid of that. Just going to put those in there. Whatever the fuck. Okay, I have to try and remember to try. But is this fucking peel just trying? Oh, God. Shits me up the wall. Safa, I actually made a short video. I haven't made any shorts for weeks, I think, because I was so far ahead. But I decided I'm going to make some shorts over the next couple of nights. It's my first one. Not that there's no point in replying to that SMS, Safa. It's a robot. If food gets delivered tomorrow, I will email them and say, what's your fucking story? In fact, I should look. Are they... Yes, things I don't care about. So the only thing I care about with the AFL finals is I got a public holiday coming up, and it means the football will be over soon. Wait, where's my bank? Hello, bank. These fuckers, did they fucking debit me some money? Which I think would be the credit card. Let's have a look. Coles. Lunch. Okay, so it hasn't debited my credit card, at least not yet. But did it take money out of my daily account? No. So one of two things. Either maybe they debit me tomorrow, maybe that text is just in error and it's just automatic, so it keeps coming. Maybe they send me food that I don't pay for. I suffer. I did see first picture I saw, because it was of some anti-vax COVID hoax fuckhead sharing the Dan Andrews picture in Toronto. I assumed it was photoshopped because the idiot who posted it, but that was so fucked, him going there. It's all about money. You got business interests in China. Pretty fucking soulless. So if you had someone try to hack you from Argentina, damn. What do I think about my old boss? Oh, Dan Andrews. Sorry, you confused the shit out of me. He's a politician. So far as politician goes, he wasn't that bad. Had a tendency to defend him just because of the insane anti-vax COVID conspiracy dickheads who always attacked him. And it was always particularly funny how obsessed with him they are and continue to be. Okay. I was just doing a trial. Okay, I'm going to have to try using that peeler tomorrow. Because the cheese slicer I had been using just fucked up completely. Don't know what that was. Some kind of bullshit is what it was. Anyway. Safa, no, I did not mention it. Oh, God, I made up this thing. So I got this thing from the supermarket the other day, and it was like a roast chicken dinner, big tray, chicken and veggies. I cooked it up last night, shared it with Mrs. Angry, but because it was meant to be like for, 4 people, there was a lot left overs. So tonight I combined that with some other stuff and mixed it with a sauce and put a baking dish, put some avocado on the top, some cheese on top of that, and baked it. And it was yum. And there's probably at least 3 more meals in that. So preempting, my answer for the next couple nights is going to be more of that chicken and veggie bake I made. Because it is going to be the same thing for a few days. Paying gas bill, doing the adult work, Safa. All right. Next one I'm going to make. Sherry Clover Club. So I want the sherry, the dry vermouth, lemon juice, raspberry syrup. Oh. Yes, Kogan. I know you're trying to sell me this fucking thing. Let me go. What's normally in a Clover Club? I think it's just gin. Clover Club. Difford's recipe. Eamon's London Dry Gin. Yes, it's gin usually. Okay. Gin, dry vermouth, raspberry sugar syrup, lime juice and lemon juice. I'm going to do 2 ounces of the vermouth. Okay. Damn, sorry, here's me talking to myself because I'm going to, while things are quiet, going to make another quick cocktail video. This time a Sherry Clover Club. Okie dokie. Artichokey. Let us see what's the jokey. Into this glass. Here, frosted glass. All right. All right, time to clear the decks a bit. Putting some stuff away. Oh, I should finish that one off. All right, putting pretty much all this stuff away. Where's my phone? Vermouth. Not my dry vermouth. All right. So these two go back into the forbidden cupboard of mystery. Right. Okay. A sugar syrup. Where is my wonder phone? That looks like wonder phone. Ugh, this gets stuck. All right. 160 mils of sherry. Fuck it. Get this happening. Let me see what's going on. Okay. Is there any? What was that question you're asking, Safa? Yes, I found my phone. Thank you. Let's go. Mils driving. Lemon juice. A bit light on the lemon juice. Fucking shit. Okay. Let's do this. Turn that off for now. And put the lime in the coconut and take it all up. Doctor, and there's nothing I can take as a doctor. Okay, let me do this and do this. Ooh, I'm a fine-tuned machine. I am going through the process. Oh, what the fuck, man? Sorry, I got distracted then. God, I am so easily distracted, I swear. Okay, still got to do this. That looks like it's got a good head of foam from my Wonder Foam. It does have a nice head of foam. Okay. All right, that's that. Get this out of the way. All right. Let's do this. All right. Should put some lids on things so I don't have a whoopsie. It's my cherry. Okay. I think maybe that needs to be a bit quieter. Okay, let's fucking go. G'day cocktail lovers. This is a Clover Club variation where the traditional gin is swapped out for sherry. Why did I stumble on that word? G'day cocktail lovers. This is a Clover Club variation where the traditional gin is swapped out for a dry sherry. And while I'm in the process of swapping things out, a traditional feature of a Clover Club is a raspberry syrup. Now, I'm not making a whole syrup for one cocktail. I have a different red fruit syrup that I made. This is made from an indigenous fruit, grows near me. It's called Lily Pilly, and it's really tasty. Tastes a little different to raspberries, but let's be honest, the sugar syrup mostly tastes like sugar. It's also somewhat traditional to have a raspberry as the garnish, and I don't have any raspberries either, so I'm just going to put a cherry on there. I think that looks nice. Looks nice as the contrast with the head of foam. That's optional. I used Wonder Foam. You can also use egg white or aquafaba to get that head of foam on your drink if you like that. I like it. I think it's worth it. Let's give it a taste. It's still a bright, fresh drink. I really quite like this. I wasn't completely sure how it would go with the complete substitution of sherry in the place of gin. I think it's gone well, and I'll show you how to make it. In a cocktail shaker, put 2 ounces or 60 mils of a dry sherry, then half an ounce or 15 mils of dry vermouth, then half an ounce or 15 mils of lemon juice, and then around 1/3 of an ounce or 10 mils of sugar syrup. Then I'm adding a few drops of Wonder Foam. Add ice to the shaker, then I shook that really hard for like 15 to 20 seconds to make sure I got a good head of foam, then strained it into a chilled Nick and Nora glass. Oh, no, I was about to talk and car goes past. Swapping out the gin for, oh, Jesus Christ. Swapping out the gin for sherry gives you two effects. One, it's quite a different taste, and I think it's quite a nice and interesting, unusual taste. Second, it is considerably lighter in alcohol content, so you drink it with a bit more confidence and maybe even have more than one. I'm going to muse on that while I have this one. Will I make another? Who knows? But I will be back making more cocktails on the channel, so I hope you're back with me to see that. Until I do see you again, I'll say cheers. Okay, turn that off. Stop. No, what are we doing? Bye, see you. Okay. I'm not going to put that in my eyes. Turn this off. Okay. Let's turn this off. Get this out of the way. Often go down. All right. Why is it so quiet tonight? I mean, that's okay. Jesus Christ, maybe I'll make another video. I don't know. Weirdly quiet week so far. Who knows what that's all about? Just spilled a little bit there. Let's mop that up. I don't want to put my hand in the spilled drink. I did get some, okay, I got some Facebook responses, which is interesting. You reckon Thursday's usually quiet? This is quieter than most Thursdays, though. But yeah, it's just the way things are, really, I guess. So Red Dead Redemption on our PS4 store. I've got it for the PS4. If I get it for PC for $20 or less, I'll probably get it. Actually, I really like that drink. Man, it's pretty goddamn good. I started playing it on the PS4 because Mrs. Angry played it on the PS4. She's the house's gamer. Started playing it, and I hadn't played a PS4 game for ages. And Red Dead, I'm used to using keyboard and mouse. Oh man, I fucking hated the controller for it. Like really, really fucking hated it. God, Safi, you've been fucking lashing out. Noise cancelling headphones? New phone case? Good for you, buddy. I bought a 6-pack of whiskey cream liqueur because there's a really big discount if you got a 6-pack. And then I'm convincing people at work to buy bottles off me. I'm just going to keep 1 or 2. Sell 4 or 5 of them because it's normally $45, $50. And it's worked out at $25 a bill. No, it's like 500 ml bottles of whiskey cream liqueur. I actually did a taste test on the stream the other night. That was my Tuesday night theme. Taste of Tasmania. I got whiskey and cream liqueur from the Heliers Road Distillery. Heliers Road whiskey cream liqueur, which you can get at Dan's. It's fucking awesome. Safri, if you're talking about, I'm not allowed to sell them as a commercial venue. I'm just saying to people I work with, hey, these are only $25. They're really good. You want one? I'm not selling them as a business. Dude, I do heaps of shit I'm not allowed to do. Like, I think technically I'm supposed to pay excise to the tax department for these, which is weird. But speaking of which, I want to check some dates on my barrels. Let's go over here because I'm forgetting dates, basically. So, 16th. It's not that far away. That was was it Friday, Saturday? Port, sherry, sticky things that aren't sticking very well. Ugh. All right, I gotta probably try my whiskey spirits party night next week. Not this week, but next week. That'll be close enough to 4 months. If it still looks weird, because it's been looking weird the last couple of times I put it in there, I think if it still looks weird, I'm going to decant it for a while and put it in the barrel that's had sherry in it. No, I didn't feel an earthquake in Melbourne, Safa. I didn't see any news reports that there was an earthquake. So even if I got a sensation of it, if it wasn't a really big one, if it's just, I would think it was fucking possums running through my ceiling, because I get that all the time. Those fuckers make noise. They run up and down the length of the ceiling for whatever fucking reason. It was in Mitchellham. Yeah, well, I still remember the one couple of years ago, like it's 2020 or 2021, it's when lockdown was still something of a novelty. Working from home and shake, and I realized, oh, that's an earth tremor. And it kept going. I thought, this is lasting longer than they usually last, and get a little bit stronger. And I'm going, this is a bit more full on than I'm used to with earth tremors in Melbourne. And then it got a little bit stronger and it's still going. And I'm like, I am right on the edge of freaking out. Like, what are you meant to do? Stand in a door frame? And it was still going. And I thought, yep, okay, I'm getting out of my chair. I'm going to go stand in the door frame because I heard one time that was the best place to be. And then it stopped. Like, it got right to the point where I thought, oh, fuck, I think this is serious. Shit might start happening. And 1 or 2 old buildings around Melbourne did have wall collapses. No, Safa, I never felt any sort of tremor ever in Dubbo or in Bathurst or in Sydney. I've had several minor ones in Melbourne. Like one when I was in an office in the city and the windows were overlooking one of those narrow laneways and there was like a rumbling, shaking, which is about the same effect as if a really large truck was going down the street just outside the window. And that's what I thought it was at first. But then it was just a little bit, and we all looked and went, oh, that's an earth tremor. And then it stopped. It wasn't very long. But weird coincidence, like the last damaging earthquake in Australia, the one that hit Newcastle in what year would it have been? 88, 89? I was actually doing work experience at Triple J and in the news department, and they started getting all these phone calls about the tremor. And at first we thought it was kind of funny, but then some of the calls were like, oh, my building's partially collapsed. I don't know what to do. Epsilon. Actually, Safa, exactly like that. It was exactly like a garbage truck. It was that rattling thing, and because the lane was narrow, nail on the head, bro. It was exactly like a garbage truck going past. That's what I thought was happening. I thought a garbage truck was going past. So it had a 2.7 magnitude. I don't even remember any magnitudes for any of the ones I've been in. I feel like a grit in the corners of my eyes. Just got to clear it out. Hey, Madam Butterfly, how are you? What else was I going to do? You know what? I might have a non-alcoholic drink. I was going to have another drink. And I still might, but I'll have the non-alcoholic drink first. Because I'm Mr. Responsible. Yeah. Oh, yes. And foreshadowing of me being responsible, tomorrow, party night, is not going to be a long party night stream because I am booked in to donate blood on Saturday and I don't want to be tired or fucked up or hungover or still have alcohol in my system. So I'll probably have a couple of drinks, but we'll probably finish at 10 o'clock tomorrow night. So I can be responsible. You get grit everywhere. That's the saying. People call it rubbing sleep out of your eyes. It's because most people wake up. There's a bit of grit. There's a medical name for it. Can't remember what it is, but there is actually a medical scientific name for the grit you get in the corner of your eyes. But it's the human condition, I guess. Cheers, y'all. Oh, yes. I don't think, is there anything else interesting happening? Well, like I said, going to be responsible on Friday night so I can donate blood on Saturday. Who knows what state I'm going to be in on Saturday? I don't think I'll be adversely affected by giving blood, but I couldn't rule it out. I suppose an extreme case is I don't feel like doing a stream because I'm debilitated from giving blood. I don't expect that to happen. A lesser one might be not going for very long because, again, lacking a bit of energy. Maybe I get drunk too quickly because I got less blood. So, Madam Butterfly, that's what I'm worried about, me bleeding alcohol. So I'm going to take it relatively easy tomorrow night. Let me have, I don't know, 2 or 3 drinks. Go to bed relatively early, so I am well rested for my visit to the donation center. Which is, not far away. I could probably walk to it if I was feeling gung-ho. I think I will. I'll talk to Mrs. Angry about that. This is like worst case scenario. If we're feeling woozy, we don't want to drive a car, so it would be easier to walk very slowly if we're feeling woozy. Less risky than driving a car, methinks. That's the theory I'm working on at the moment anyway. We shall have to see what happens. Well, then I'll be torn on Sunday. Mrs. Angry and I have been getting coaching at lawn bowls. Didn't go last Sunday because initially I was saying I'm too tired to, but then it was fucking raining anyway, so I'm reasonably sure it would have been cancelled. But also, Sunday is first Sunday of the month, which means markets at Caulfield Racecourse, which we like going to. Don't know what we'll do. Actually, if I look that up, what are the hours of Caulfield Market? Yes. Ooh, no market in January. Okay. Free, ample parking and entry. Oh, yeah, it's Father's Day on Sunday, too. Who's the featured stalls? Yes, lekker. What is that? Dutch street snacks. Pizza, friggin' pet shit. Oh, yeah, people making treats. All right. But when are they open? When are they open? I should know this. When is the market held? 9 to 2. All right, that's going to be something for Mrs. Angry and I to consider. The market, the lawn bowls. Jesus, it might be raining. I don't want to do either if it's raining. What is the weather prediction? It wouldn't be a stream without the excitement of looking at the weather predictions. What's the weather? 5 overnight. That is kind of a low overnight for this. Fucking 4 overnight on Saturday. Jesus. Now that, holy shit. Oh, I thought that said 29. My eyes weren't working though. 22 and 23 on Saturday and Sunday, but pissing down rain on Sunday. Well, that might fucking answer it for me. Well, answer the question. I won't be doing the market or the lawn bowls. It's freaking raining. Which, sure, you could call me a wuss for not wanting to walk around in the rain, but I just don't want to. We're going to catch up with The Offspring for a Father's Day dinner. We'll have to see what happens. Ooh, that just made me want to look something up. Ugh. Okay, must have searched for that recently because it came up really quickly. Okay, I'm looking at a potential place. It's just like they don't take bookings. They just got a lot of photos and some reviews. Bookings at Blackcock. Okay. I hate it when they don't do a menu or anything. Madam Butterfly, you walk in the rain. If you want to be in a wet t-shirt contest, well, natural impromptu wet t-shirt contest, just walking around in the rain. Well, anyway, I'm sure I'll do something with the young'uns on Father's Day. I've got a plan. I have a plan. Actually, let me really look up. Wait, what are the hours of this place again? Oh, wait, I'm not going to be there before Sunday. Jesus. I forgot what day of the week. 4 p.m. Okay. Where is this place? How much is the food in this place? We're gonna do what do we got? What we got? Wait, I was after friggin' food, and this is all drink. And I mean, I love doing Isaac tapas full menu. Wagyu, Juan, cauliflower. Yeah, I think I know. Hey, Justin, how you doing? Sorry, you got me musing over a menu, thinking of things for Father's Day. It's just a chill, it's a quiet night, and that's okay. Made a couple of videos. Is there anything else I want to do? Probably not really. Oh, Christ, yes. We were talking about that earlier, Justin. Dan Andrews posing with the dictators. What the fuck? Like, it's such a weird, bizarre thing. The first photos I saw posted on Twitter were from cookers, just weird freaks obsessed with Dan Andrews, still pissed off about COVID restrictions and whatnot. And so I was just like assuming it was photoshopped, but it was real. I was like, fuck, what is Jesus? Just shows, he's left politics and doesn't give a shit anymore. There's some business dealings for him that are lucrative, and that's all that counts. But yes. That's what happens with the elite. That's why you get pictures of the Obamas having fun times with George W. Bush. They have more in common with each other than they do with us common folk, no matter what policies they supposedly represent. Yeah, just my. What I can tell is just like he's just doing. He just doesn't give a fuck because he's not stupid. He knows the visuals and the perception of posing with the dictators is just literally, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm out of politics. I'm looking after myself now. And this is all about business deals for me. No, Justin, I feel quite confident he was not trolling anyone. It was just very self-interested. Shit thing to do because it's an implicit endorsement of, like Kim Jong-un and the CCP and fucking Putin. It's a shit thing to do. But yeah, what are you going to do? People do shit things. It's the human condition. Shit, self-interested, self-serving things. That seems to be what was going on there. I'm certainly in no rush. I feel no compulsion whatsoever to defend him or make excuses. I did see Bob Carr was there as well. Bob Carr either chose not to be in the dictator photo or was not was not asked to be in it. But as I understand it, Bob Carr's there for the same reason as Dan Andrews' business interests. Yes, that's the whole thing. Leave politics and go after the dollar bills, y'all. That seems to be the way it goes. But yes, it is another good example of, elevating politicians in your mind, putting them on a pedestal is a bad idea. Yes, Carr chose not to attend the parade. Like I said, whether he chose not to or wasn't invited, who knows? But yeah, he was being a bit more circumspect. I think it does seem reasonable to say Carr was like, I don't want to be seen to actually endorse this fuckery. Whereas Dan Andrews is, I will endorse this fuckery. So yeah, shitty thing to do. I mean, it carries almost no weight. It's like, who was representing from Australia? Former politicians who, have no real significance to politics that's going on in their absence. But it still is an endorsement. It was still a shit thing to do. But just had this urge to see if my blowtorch could burn a hole through my drink can, but that seems irresponsible. That actually, Justin, I agree. It was quite unusual for Kim Jong-un to leave North Korea. Yes, Safra, I believe it was just some public sector functionaries who attended, the official government representative. Belarus. Is he a dictator? I lose track of which of those former Soviet states have dictators. Turkmenistan does. Yeah, it's hard to keep track. who's actually been elected and who's just a dictator. What are we doing? You know, I think I'm gonna. What am I gonna do actually? I was gonna just have some of the batch rum old fashioned I made, or could I mix one up? Okay, so the Belarus guy, the 30-year dictator. Okay, I can't. Is it Kulyshenko? Oh yeah, no, I know Justin, but the other one's not well known. Although Safa, I picked out the Belarus guy. Yeah, no, it's a shitty thing to be associated with. Okay, I think it's time. I'll kill another bottle. What bottle is the closest to me? I feel like I've had this Archie Rose one for fucking ever. Yeah, I think this should be my targeted next bottle kill. Yes, okay. I'm going to make an old fashioned with this. Or an improved whiskey cocktail. Use up some of this maraschino that I need to finish. It's just a tiny bit there. It's silly to keep it. All right. Where's my glass? Where's my glass? Let's go. Sugar soup. Oh god, that's so fucking yummy. All right. Maybe I should put that in the infinity bottle. Have a quick look at what my infinity bottle's looking like. Actually, no. Oh, that's ridiculous. I'm just going to put it all in. Kill that bottle. But, okay. Infinity. There is not much room in the infinity bottle. So I maybe need to make another drink. Which bitters will we put in? I think we'll put... is that the black walnut? No, that's the old fashioned. Got a lot of Fee Brothers. Black walnut. Just a little bit. A few drops of black walnut. It's very strong. And aromatic bitters. All right. Okay. The Slovakian PM was hard to keep track. So many tin pot dictators or leaders of questionable democracies. Because I'm pretty sure Putin would claim he's not a dictator, that he was elected. But we all know that's bullshit. Oh, yes, I've heard that before, Justin. Albanese and Andrews were flatmates once. Safa, I believe, I don't know, that is quite the non sequitur. I also believe that's not true. Potatoes have no carbs. I think potatoes have carbs. And you're going to make me look it up. Potato carbs. Potatoes are primarily composed of carbohydrates, mainly starch. A medium-sized baked potato contains 37 grams of carbs. thought you were wrong. I also don't know why it came up. You're right, Justin. I think Putin maybe legitimately won an election at first. Yes, the reason I leap straight to "you're wrong about potatoes" is because I've been looking at how to eat with reduced carbs, and potatoes are right up there. Starchy carbs, and I love. It's just a random thought, dude. It's fine, dude. I'm all about the random thoughts. Mm. Oof. Can I tell you what? That black walnut bitters really dominates. But yeah, so I'm eating lots more meats and trying to cut out rice. My favorite things: rice and pasta and potatoes. But fun time over. Yeah, I've got to get out of bed, getting ready for work. I'll be getting into bed soon. Seeing what's what. It is tasting really interesting. Not really tasting like an old fashioned. Probably because of all the maraschino I put in it. Anyway, it's a weird one. So if you saw canolas, the canola in flour. I remember, like, no one grew canola around Dubbo when I was a kid, but yeah, I remember one year driving to Dubbo with the young'uns, and it was just fields of yellow. It was the canola in flour. There was so much of it. It's around Parks, which is just outside of Dubbo. Yeah, it's a site I just would not have seen growing up because I don't think anyone was growing canola when I was living in Dubbo, but it's more of a thing now for the oil, of course. Very spectacular when you see just whole paddocks of canola in flower. Very, very bright. We would sometimes in Dubbo, I remember, get whole paddocks of purple because there'd be an out of control spread of Patterson's curse, a weed with bright purple flowers. It would be extremely widespread sometimes. Very pretty, and I think beekeepers like it, and they try to give it another name, Sweet Jane or something, but it's a terrible invasive weed and just goes absolutely wild when it gets the chance. So yeah, if you're ever driving through country areas and there seems to be just fields of purple, probably looks pretty, but it's probably a bad thing because it's probably Patterson's curse. So fuck yeah, that's pretty good. Because it doesn't really taste like an old fashioned to me, but it tastes pretty furgon good. That'd be a bit more like the improved whiskey cocktail. It's apparently the fashion in the late 1800s to add all sorts of shite to a whiskey cocktail. And I'm getting in on the act right here. All right, so that's fun. I need to decide. I think I'll do a couple more short videos tomorrow night. So I've just got to decide what sounds good. I saved these recipes. We were chatting about this in a stream like literally years ago, I think. Try to recreate popular Australian sweets or confectionery. Vanilla slice. I had amaretto, vanilla liqueur, and cream. That would just be so sweet. Might be good. And also an iced Vovo, rum, cream of coconut, raspberry, a rim of crushed biscuit and coconut. Justin, have you ever driven through country US? Some parts are just cornfields. Oh, I've not gone through the farm areas, I have to admit. But yes, the ridiculous thing with the corn subsidies, just absolutely absurd amounts of corn grown in the US. Norwegian wood. Aquavit, apple brandy. Oh, I actually run out of apple brandy. Oh, I got to do a whole video about cherry syrup cocktails at one point. Monte Barico. Oh, look at that. I literally found a cocktail recipe called a bosom caresser. Not the titty grabber, the bosom caresser. Cognac, orange liqueur, Madeira, grenadine, and an egg yolk. I don't know if I'm ever going to make that. I literally saved it because it was called the bosom caresser. Another flip, another egg one. I don't feel like making that. White dragon, tequila, orange liqueur, lemon juice. It's just a freaking margarita with lemon juice instead of lime juice. Don't even think it'd be that different. The Farka. Old Quarter. Oh, yes. Infuse whiskey with toasted rice. I don't think I can be bothered doing that either. The Crow. Scotch, lemon juice, grenadine. I should have done that when the shitty Crow movie came out. Try to do a tie-in. It's too late now. A tequila martini. Blanco tequila, Lillet Blanc. Cumbia orange, Benedictine, saline, lime. Mist of mezcal. Maybe not. Don't think I want to make that. Rock and roller. Ooh. Said cloudy apple juice. I could make this with my barrel-aged Applejack. I might do that. A potential use for my Applejack. I might make that tomorrow, actually. Let me move that up the list. Okay. A fruit basil smash. Don't think I have any basil. Gin and a fruit liqueur. Lemon juice. Okay. I'll only do that if I end up with some basil. A Brazilian Contessa. Cachaça, an aperitivo, dry vermouth. Orange bitters. Okay, none of these are exciting passion in me. I want desire. I want to desire to do this. Clegonite, that's a fun name. Sake and sweet vermouth. I've got some sake, and I made some sake cocktail recently and liked them. Maybe do that. Cafe Ireland. Irish whiskey, coffee liqueur, dry vermouth. Huh. That doesn't leap out at me. Beadlestone. Scotch dry vermouth, rosé vermouth, orange liqueur. That is a variation on a Bobby Burns. A spark plug. Brandy, sweet vermouth, pineapple juice. That is such a fucking weird mix. No, I don't think I have any pineapple juice, so I'm not going to do that. Mexican Contessa. Mezcal, tequila, aperitivo, dry vermouth. And what's the other one? Cachaça, aperitivo, dry vermouth. Okay. A new ceremony. Rye whiskey, grapefruit. Rose vermouth, dry vermouth, bittersweet aperitivo. Hey, honey, how you doing? Talking about canola. Yes, we were. No canola until very recently. Oh, yes. God, that's right. Rapeseed. Canola used to be called rapeseed. What a terrible name. And it's because that's from another language. Yes, I'd forgotten. That is a fantastic bit of trivia, Heine. Carroll Gardens is rye whiskey, Amaro, Puntamez, Maraschino. It's another fucking Manhattan variation. Mac pineapple, Scotch pineapple, peated whiskey, ginger liqueur. Oh, I have a pineapple liqueur. You know what? Let's move that up the list. I might make that. Might make that. How is the evening treating you, by the way, Heine? What's an old barrel? Rye whiskey, Benedictine, and sherry. God, all these basically just minor variations, or maybe significant variations on a Manhattan. Rocinante, Italicus. Probably named after Don Quixote's horse, but fans of The Expanse will know that's what their ship was called, the Rocinante. Heine had a nap. Good, man. You feeling better after your nap? Naps can be funny. I think they're usually a good thing, but sometimes you feel bleh after a nap. You kind of feel worse. A sherry brandy old fashioned. Brandy, sherry. You know what? I'm going to move that up the list too. Okay, I need a sour though. Oh wait, I was kind of making sours tonight. Maybe I'll mix it up with the sours and the non-sours. What's a new ceremony? No, that's a bunch of shit. What's a Carroll Gardens? No, I did look at these ones. I'm getting confused. Oh, God. Matthew Guy's got to try and get in Parliaments again. What a guy. Nice. Positive from the nap. That's what we like to hear. The Treaty of Lyon. Scotch, Fernet, white creme de cacao, sweet vermouth, and peated whiskey. That's a fun mix. God damn. A South Pacific Contessa. All these Contessas. Pisco. Stupid Cupid. Gin, lime, and sugar. So that's just a variation on a gimlet. This sometimes I clearly just save cocktails because the name. This one's called My Dear Unfortunate Successor. Absinthe, mezcal, chocolate milk washed mezcal, agave. So fucking mezcal and absinthe, but chocolate milk. So rinse a teacup. So it says serve this in a teacup. Chocolate milk washed mezcal. So you mix chocolate milk with mezcal. Allow it to infuse for 45 minutes, then fine strain. So that's not chocolate milk washed. That's blend. Wow, okay. You know, I might do that one day. It sounds fucking weird though. Justin, the Victorian Liberals in particular live in their own little world. What's a candlebark court? Brandy, chartreuse, lemon juice. Fuck yeah. Oh, now I remember that because the cocktail was named after the place where a distillery was, and I'm going to use a brandy from a local distillery, and they happen to come from a cool sounding street, Candlebark Court, which I just think is a great fucking name for a cocktail, actually. All right, I'm starting to get some I'm actually interested in making. What's a violet affinity? Creme de violet, dry vermouth and sweet vermouth. That seems kind of weird. Banana old fashioned, rye, rum, banana liqueur. Oh shit, I like the sound of that actually. Let's fucking go. All right, now I think I've got half a dozen I want to try. The benefits of keeping such a long list. It's probably enough faffing around with the list. So if you lost respect for Sam Groth, I have no idea who that is or why you would have lost respect for them. Not knowing who they are is probably because I don't know much about sports in general or tennis specifically. Oh man, that's freaking okay. Just yes, like the bitters literally gives it just a little bitter edge, which is nice. Okay, he's the Victorian Liberal deputy leader. That explains why I've never heard of him, Safa. A, he was in sports. B, he's in the Victorian Liberal Party, who are a bunch of nobodies with no public profile whatsoever. Like When's the next state election in Victoria? Next year? It'd be so funny if Labor gets in again. It's just because the Libs are just nothing. They're like nothing to nobody. It's redonkulous. But, you know, it's a weird, it's a wild and crazy world where anything can happen. It's what I keep coming back to. Trying to predict things is a mug's game. So, okay, so Victoria, it's got to be before November next year or by November next year. Oh, that's right, Justin, because you were talking about moving. So you might be voting in the next Victorian election if you change your address with the Electoral Commission. Ugh. Anything can happen. I don't know. The idea of the Victorian Liberals winning an election just seems very weird at the moment. Try not to predict anything in politics because it's too volatile, but the Vic Libs are just so nothing that it's just very hard to think of them winning government. Oh, yes, the US midterms, Justin. That will be interesting. Because if the Democrats can't make significant inroads, they're just fucked, I think. You know what? This idea has been in my head, and I'm going to have to do it. I juiced up my little gas thing, and it seems really hot. I feel like I could burn a hole in this can. Made smoke come out the top. Did I just use up all the gas or something? Oh, wait, the butane's here. What am I worried about? I don't even know how to tell if I've put the right amount of butane in. Let me... it's just over here. See if I can work this out. Will he blow himself up? Maybe, maybe not. I don't think that's going in. I think that's spraying out. I'm inhaling butane. Ooh, the can feels really cold now. No. Okay, this one I shouldn't have bought. I bought this from a cheap place. It's just if FDR had lived, the US may have had universal healthcare. Also, it might have been overturned by psycho Republicans. I have a second tin of butane. This one's a bit more to the point. It's not making any noise. Does that mean it's working? I think that means it's working. Filling up my little gas torch. That does seem like a random comment, Cypher. I have no idea what you mean. DR got removed from Stan without notice a month ago. I have no idea what you're talking about there. Not doing anything. Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah. Well, but again, the Republicans seem to be trying to get rid of Medicaid. Did not burn a hole through the can anyway. TV show. What TV show? I still don't know what you're talking about. And I don't have Stan, so I don't pay attention to anything that's on it. Busy working my way through Deadwood with Mrs. Angry. We're working our way through season 3, the final season, where apparently they did not finish the story. They left it hanging in the air. And then some years later, they made a movie, which I think tied things up. And the movie is also available on Prime. So I'll be about Doctor Who. Was Doctor Who on Stan? It was on Disney. Don't even know if there's going to be any more Doctor Who, because I don't know how successful it was for Disney. Like, you know, Ncuti Gatwa left. They did that weird hint thing with Billy Piper. What's that all about? Yes, Justin, you're raising things that talking about the history of US political parties is meaningless when it comes to talking about them today. What I'm talking about today, certainly since Reagan, if FDR had introduced universal health care, the Republicans would have definitely wanted to kill it. Whether they would have succeeded is another question. Lots of variables in there. But even like in Australia, like Robert Menzies wouldn't recognize the Liberal Party with their focus on socially conservative shit. He'd be like, what the fuck are you on about? You're saying they haven't repealed Obamacare? I thought they did. But also, I don't pay that close attention. So if you're saying they were, I assume you're like reading an article saying people were watching Doctor Who on Stan and it's just gone out. But that happens. Shows just leave those streaming services, like they've licensed them for a certain amount of time. I'm just really surprised at the idea that Doctor Who was on Stan, because I thought it was just on Disney for the last couple of years. Disney bought the rights. But I don't know. There's all sorts of different licensing deals. It's kind of funny. Shows move between the streaming services as licensing deals finish and they cut a new licensing deal with another service. It's quite weird. That's all I'm going to say. You know, I'm going to have a little splash of my rum old-fashioned before going to bed, because I made so fucking much of it. Okay. Oh, ow. Don't know why I said ow then, because it didn't hurt. It's more I was worried about knocking something over But reflexively, because I bumped something, I said, ow, even though it didn't hurt. Alright, put it back in the cupboard. Is streaming worse than cable? I don't know. That depends what you mean by worse. Justin, I think you're right about Menzies. He would literally go like, why the fuck are you doing this stuff? Our whole thing was about let people lead their lives. And you're just all about interfering in people's lives. Oh, man. That is fucking tasty. I really like it when I make something and it's really tasty. I'm also thinking playing around. I should play around with that. Do a clarified version. See what it's like. Because I just like playing around with things. With all sorts of things. And seeing what happens with them. Yeah, maybe that's a project for this weekend. Clarify my barrel-aged rum old-fashioned and see what that is like. Yeah, you have brought this up before, Justin, the way the LNP's going, and actually more the Liberals than the LNP, because the Nationals will keep doing their thing. But yeah, UAP ended up becoming irrelevant. And I don't think it's going to happen because it's too much what I want to happen. I just think, what I want to happen is not going to happen. I would really love for the Liberals to collapse into irrelevance and someone to reform a party that was more along Menzies' ideology. Not that I agree with Menzies' ideology. I don't. But it's more honest and has some integrity that the current Liberal Party completely lacks. Should Jacinta Price join One Nation? I mean, I don't know. She's full of shit. Justin, the Teals maybe, yeah, because the Teals are just old school Liberal Party people who think we should take climate change seriously. It's kind of funny because the climate change people, some people have been suckered into thinking they're progressive. They're not. They're conservative. They're just conservatives who go, wow, the Liberal Party's lost its fucking mind. So maybe, yeah, they need, but again, the Teals are all technically independent. So they'd have to go through the process of forming a party, come up with a name for their party. I mean, the Teals are certainly replacing them in a lot of seats. Fucking yeah, man. But yeah, I mean, we possibly we live in interesting times. Maybe we will see significant change in Australia in the next 10 years. Who knows? Maybe it just flips and goes back to business as usual. It's very hard to be sure. In fact, I would argue impossible to be sure. But, You never know in this wild and crazy world. Any number of things could happen. But yeah, it's really funny because the National Country Party just going more and more rednecky, and it's just like harder and harder to maintain a coalition with the Liberal Party. And the Liberal Party are in extreme danger of losing relevance. So, who the hootin' heck knows? Not me. I mean, there could just be a swing back to tradition, and the various independents lose their seats, and the seats go back to the Liberal Party and the Labor Party. Personally, I'd be completely okay with, the major conservative and major progressive, more like middle of the road party, never again formed majority government, and they had to rely on independents. I mean, Labor fucking stormed in federally at the last election, just to absolutely unbelievable degree. And yes, we all had a good laugh about that on election night, because it was very funny to see the Liberal Party just get fucking eviscerated. And Justin, it is interesting. Millennials and Zoomers are quite conspicuously rejecting the Liberals, whereas in the US, millennial and Zoomer men in particular end up being Trump lovers. It's very, very weird. But then again, America's very weird. We don't really want to draw conclusions about the rest of the world based on what happens in America, because they're just weird. Just they're inexplicable. You see, like I burnt a bit on here. No, it's still intact. I was wondering if I could actually burn a hole in the can. Didn't really happen. But that's okay. Might do some more smoking on whatnot. Actually, yeah, Justin, nail on the head again. Compulsory voting here means everyone goes there. Whereas in the US, the aggressive steps they take to limit the number of people who vote is kind of disturbing, very anti-democratic. Like, they go, oh, God, forces to vote. But the Republicans assume, rightly to a large degree, that poorer and non-white people are much less likely to vote for them. So they just take a whole series of steps that make it more difficult for poorer and non-white people to vote. I find it quite disconcerting, the scale to which US Republicans are anti-democratic. They really quite aggressively try to subvert democracy, stop people from voting. Yes, Justin, you're right. What we do is the reverse of voter suppression. It's voter enforcement. But yeah, the shit that happens in the US with gerrymandering, voter suppression, fucking does my head in. Like, you get stupid conspiracies from Trump and his supporters about, oh, they stole the vote. Whereas the Republicans just openly subvert democracy with gerrymandering and redistricting and voter suppression. It's friggin' wild. And the whole thing of not having the polling on the weekend, and then the Republicans, certainly the last election or two, have tried to limit people's ability to do postal votes or early voting. It is, what they do is so transparent, and they just don't give a shit. They like aggressively just like, yeah, I don't fucking care. I'm just fucking doing it, man. Fuck it. Fuck it all. And it's like, oh, okay. Damn. Damn, Daniel, back at it with your white vans. Like, damn, Republicans, back at it with your voter suppression and your democracy subversion. It's like, fuck. Like, they're currently not even hiding it. They're just openly and aggressively subverting democracy and just using racist tropes to justify what they do. It's friggin' wild. Safa, what was on Foreign Correspondent? Mrs. Angry's in an I don't want to watch the news mode. I read articles on the ABC website. They tend to have good supporting articles for Four Corners in particular. They've been getting the big targets on Four Corners this year, I think. And to a lesser extent, Foreign Correspondent. Aussies who, okay, again, your typings let you down there. That is not a sentence that means anything. Do you mean Aussies who love America? Aussies who live in America? And what if it's Aussies? If it's Aussies who live in America, what was the angle? What was the sort of thing they were doing? So if you love Four Corners has been really fucking hitting the mark this year with really doing some pretty big and important stories. Aussies who live in the US. What was the angle they were taking? What were the Aussies saying? Yeah, what were the Aussies saying about Trump and living in Trump's America? Oh, Madam Butterfly, you made it to the shithole, aka work. Have a good day at work. I'm going to go to bed really soon. Like nowish, as it goes. Right, I got a little bit of the cure left. I got some barrel aging. I wanted to leave it till next week. Just put a splash in there to put some flavor in the orange peel for Mrs. Angry's hot chocolate in the morning. Okay, that seems fair, Safa. Some do, some don't. What did I watch last night? Okay, there's a new series on Foxtel called Atomic. Just the first episode's out. Looks kind of good. We're going to watch more of that. We watched the first episode. And the rest of the time we were watching Deadwood. Just super into Deadwood at the moment. We might finish Deadwood next week. This week's Star Trek episode was hilarious. Patton Oswalt as a horny Vulcan was just the fucking best. It was one of their silly let's have fun episodes with some of the crew being converted to be Vulcans. Was quite a bit of fun. They're doing a good mix this season. I think they've generally done good mixes with Strange New Worlds. Some funny, silly, indulgent mess around episodes, and some dark, heavy, dramatic episodes. I love to death the crossover with Lower Decks, the animated series. Yeah, the actors from Lower Decks come in and be, because they went through a portal and they're with the Enterprise crew. Oh shit, it was funny. I guess to really appreciate it, you have to have watched Lower Decks, but I fucking love it because I did watch Lower Decks. Mrs. Angry didn't. She's not into animated things. It put her off. Damn, that's good. Okay, I'm going to eat my cherry and I'm going to go to bed. Oh, it was a quiet night, but there's nothing wrong with a quiet night, just being chill. So thank you, folks, that did join. Oh my God, that cherry's so yummy. I love it so much. That's so yummy. All right. Sleepy Bobos for now. We'll be back tomorrow night. But forewarned be ye, it will be a short one. I think there was a tiny bit of rain today, Safa. It's predicted to be more on the weekend. No, I was super restrained and only had one cherry tonight. Tomorrow night, it's Friday night. I think I'll have to get 2 cherries tomorrow night. Also make a couple more short videos. We'll have to see what is there. But you all take care. I'll see you another time and say bye for now.